So I can't remember what I was looking for in my Google Drive, but I came across some old stuff from the Copy Cure from when Marie and I were first working on it. I don't know if you know this, but the idea for it originally, well, it started with, Marie said, why don't we do a live copy clinic at RHH Live, which was her big live event in New York City. And we were just calling it that. And then she said, from your presentation, we'll just record the presentation and turn that into a course and sell it as a course. It'll be like the fun one off. The two things happened. One thing that happened was, which I found out a couple of months after the live event, which, by the way, my presentation, I have to say, killed. People loved it. They said, worth the price of admission alone. We were very happy. We're like, this is a course. Like, all we have to do is sell the recording and we make bank. And so the first thing that happened that I found out months later, Marie waited a while to tell me, and she's like, I just haven't had the heart to tell you, but all the footage from RHH Live of your copy clinic presentation was stolen from a car in Italy because our team took all the footage, took the cameras with the footage in them to Italy to shoot the Live Your Dream stuff campaign for B School, and car was broken into. So we don't have that anymore. So she's like, you know what, we'll make something of it. We will re-record it, or we'll make it even bigger and better. So, okay, great, that's fine. And then we found out, did a little digging and saw that the copy clinic was already taken by some kind of old school copywriting dude. And I had been attached to the name The Copy Clinic, but thinking back on it, I'm like, it sounds so clinical. But we really liked the medical theme and we were really into the medical theme. So we were trying to come up with something else that worked for it. And so what I came across today was two things. One is the alternative names that I brainstormed, and some of them are so awful and some of them are cool. And so I'm just going to share the screen and show you this. And it's just like worth looking at just to see the process, like coming up with a name. And sometimes it's magic and you think of something off the top for you. Some people are so lucky that they hear like a whisper to their soul, like, call it this. I remember Marie saying, I just heard a small voice inside me say, rich, happy, and hot. And then that created her whole brand for a while. I don't have a small voice inside, so I do things on the page. I brainstorm things. And so I just went through a whole bunch of names, pounding them out. And some are garbage and some are good. And then for each one of them, I looked to see whether the URL was available. So I guess this is what I came up with, that most of these things were available and noted where not. But, some of them are so clunky, like Way Better Copy. But I don't know. It's one of those things that once a name is around for a while, people get used to it. And so even a silly sounding name sometimes can turn into a household name. I remember when the iPad came out and there was just like a shitstorm around it of people saying, ew, who the hell wants to have something named after like a feminine hygiene product? The iPad, it sounds like something in your underwear, and it sounds like something that's dirty in your underwear. And then soon enough, everybody had an iPad, and it's like the most accepted name on earth, iMac, iPhone, iBook, iPad. So that's all to say that, like, even some of these that are just stupid, who knows, they might have become, household names. But like some of the word clinic, it sounds terrible. Walk-in copy clinic. I was really like trying to come up with something that was like medical sounding. Copy with heart, lively copy. Whereas there was one that I liked in here that was like very much not what we would do, but like copy and soul. Now I know how my mind works and my naming process. So probably what I was doing was, I'll just open a new tab here. Yes, I was probably going to I might have been going to Rhyme Zone. No, probably not Rhyme Zone. I'd probably go to B Rhymes. And I like to find like internal rhymes or things that are partial rhymes, or B rhymes as they're called. And I probably found body in here, probably came across that and thought of like when I came across a word that's commonly used or that we might use, and probably came up with something that would fit with an expression. So I probably saw body and thought, what are some expressions with body? I might have looked here, .com. This is one of my favorites. So I probably went in here and went and searched for body to see like what kind of expressions have body in them. And so maybe I saw body and soul. So I thought, okay, copy and soul will have a ring to it because we're used to that, to the expression body and soul. So copy and soul, your ear says, okay, that sounds right. Even if you don't know why exactly or what it comes from, copy language, So I might have picked any one of these and thought like, how can I would copy sound right in that? So those are a couple of tools that I might have used to brainstorm back then. And I thought that was kind of fun to look at. And then the other thing that I found was this. So Marie gave me an assignment because we were creating promotional materials or actually creating the course. And she likes to think about the sales page first or the benefits first before she creates the actual material. So she said, come up with a list of benefits. Brainstorm a whole list of benefits. I can see here that some of them might be repeating, but I think this is a really good exercise, both for your sales copy, sometimes for generating a name, because if you want the results in the name, that can be really helpful. So I brainstormed. I didn't get up to 50, it looks like, but I got close and it probably could have kept going. But this was really fun to see and a great reminder. I think anytime you're creating something, a course or anything that you're going to sell, it's a great exercise to come up with a list of benefits, not features, but benefits. Like, what is the transformation? What are all the tangible ways that somebody will benefit from what you're selling? In this case, it's not just, sell more, it's tell a better story, make a name for yourself. These are kind of like end results. Sell more so that you can, reach more people so that you can make a name for yourself. There are more end results. There are, short-term results and then end results in here as well. I think you should do that. If you're trying to come up with a name, trying to come up with sales copy, trying to come up with an idea for your course, I recommend brainstorming a list of benefits. And when it comes to picking a name, I recommend going as far as you can, like just getting it all down. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. Some of them are going to be terrible, and don't hate yourself for writing terrible things down on the page. Don't erase them. Just keep going. Just put them down on the page and keep going. And don't say, oh, that's no good, and delete it. Just leave it there. Leave it there and learn to live with that.